Hello children, we are so happy to welcome you back to Scoil Naomh Bríd. We have been working hard to make sure our school is a very safe place for everyone. Some little things had to change, but a lot of things remain the same. We will have some time in the first couple of days back at school to practice the new routines, and I know that you will be great at following the new directions. Let's see what some of the changes are. Coming into school will be a little different. We have to avoid a lot of people crowding together, so we will use some different gates to come in the morning and leave in the evening. We'll show you how it works. Let's start with how you walk around the school now. We've made a one-way path all around the school so that nobody will ever bump into each other and can keep away from each other more easily. We will use this path to get into our classrooms, go out to play at break time and when we are going home. You must always walk on the path and listen to the adult giving you directions. Let's look at how you get into school in the morning. We will start with the bus lines. The buses will come to the same place as usual. We will take the children from one bus in at a time. The teacher will signal to your bus driver when it's your bus's turn. You will all come out of the bus slowly, listening to the directions of your driver. When you come in the gate one at a time, you will join the one-way path and walk to your classroom along that path. Teacher will help you. White marks on the ground show you where to walk to stay safely behind others. Walkers and families who travel in cars have a special gate to come in. Your parents will be told which gate you need to go to. Walkers and families in cars go to the graveyard gate. Your parents will walk with you through the graveyard and line up with you at a cone near the school gate behind the polytunnel. When the teacher at that gate tells you to come forward, you come one family at a time and join the one-way path to get into your classroom. Other children who travel in cars will go to the pitch gate. Your car can be parked in the pitch car park, and when the teacher comes to the gate, your parents can take you out of the car safely and line up at a cone by the gate until it's your turn to come in. The teacher will tell you, and you can join the line to walk slowly along the cement path and down from the pitch to join the one-way path and follow it to your classroom. Unfortunately, we won't be able to play outside in the morning for a while, children, so you will have to go straight to your classroom where your teacher will be waiting. You already know that we need to wash and sanitize our hands a lot this year. And we have made a special schedule so that we all know when to do it during the day and we can keep our hands very clean. Your teacher will tell you how and when you need to do it. Coughing and sneezing needs to be done into a tissue or into your elbow to stop the spray from spreading. After use, throw the tissues in the bin and wash your hands. When you come into your class in the morning, the first thing will be to sanitize your hands on the way in. We're not using the cloakrooms this year, so you will need to take in your coat and hang it on your chair or put it in your bag, whatever your teacher says. Then you will take your seat and be all ready for the day. This year, we can't store our books and copies like we usually do. So everyone has been given a nice box to put their things in, which will stay under your table. You will also keep your school pencil case in here. This year we can't really share things, so it's really important that everyone has their own pencils, rubbers, rulers, glue and things like that. It's up to you to keep your box nice and clean and tidy and well organised. Inside your classroom might look a little different. If you're in junior or senior infants, first or second class, you can sit in groups, so it looks just like normal. If you're in third, fourth, fifth or sixth class, all your chairs and tables have been spread out, so you can't sit in groups and have to stay 1 metre apart. There is special tape on the floor to show where your table leg should be, so you can make sure that it stays in its special spot and you can easily keep your 1 metre distance from others. Teachers' tables also have to be 1 metre away from pupil desks. Sometimes we just couldn't squeeze it in, so we have screens for those teachers' tables to keep everyone as safe as possible. Children, there may be some differences in correcting your work, as the teacher can't touch all your copies all at once. You also can't take books in and out every day in your school bag, so homework will be given on Mondays. You will take home whatever you need and then you will bring it back in on Thursdays so that the books can go into quarantine for a couple of days and then it is safe for the teacher to touch them. So just 3 days written homework for a while. You are lucky. In class, you will use 1 or 2 copies for all your work to keep things easier to manage and clean. Learning will still be lots of fun, children, and you will get to see your friends and classmates, and life inside the classroom will be much the same as normal. Your teacher will tell you any changes or differences when you are making up your classroom rules together. When break or lunchtime comes, you will wash your hands before eating, and then when it's your turn to go outside, your teacher will open the door so you don't have to touch it and then direct all of you on the one-way path that you can slowly and carefully follow all the way around to your play area. This year, we had to sort out different spaces for you to play in, and you will have to stay with your class, called your class bubble, in your yard. So that there's not a lot of people outside at the same time, we're going to have breaks a little differently. First, we will have an early break where 4th, 5th and 6th classes will get to play outside, and then when they will come in, junior and senior infants, 1st, 2nd and 3rd will get their turn outside. Break will be just as long, so don't worry. Outside, we have to be careful not to touch each other or go too close to other classes. There will be no touching, catching, hugging or handshaking at school for a while, children. We also won't be able to use the footballs or equipment, not at the beginning anyway. But don't worry, we have a great list of non-contact games for you to learn to play outside, so you can still have just as much fun or maybe even more fun. We can't use our toilet passes at break either, children, so if you need to go to the toilet when you're outside, you can find the green hula hoop in the yard and step into it, and then the teacher will know that you want to go to the bathroom. Only one person is allowed to go at a time, and then the teacher will come and tell you when it's okay. This year, you use your own class's bathroom at break times. When you come back to the yard along the one-way path, tell the teacher that you are back and then the next person can go. If you fall when you are outside or need some help to feel a bit better, you can find the red hula hoop and step into it. The teacher will see you and come to help you. If you need a plaster, the teacher will ask you to follow the one-way path into the school via the link doors and go to the PE hall door, and a teacher there will come and help you. When the bell goes at the end of break, there will be a special lining up spot in your yard for your class to go to. We need to be careful to keep the class or the class bubbles separate all day. It is important to be quiet in the line as usual, and then your teacher will come to get you. If we're playing outside and it starts to rain, the teacher tells you you're to go inside, then you must always line up in your class line and then go in one class at a time when the teacher tells you. When you go back into your classroom, there is more hand washing. The sanitizer dispensers just need one pump, so no more, otherwise it will be all wasted quickly. At the end of the day, we will get ready to line up again and use our 3 exits. We must all be packed and ready to go every day when the bells ring. The bus children will go onto the one-way path when their teacher tells them and go straight onto their bus. The families in cars will follow the one-way path all the way round to the library windows and find their family name and wait there to meet their brothers and sisters. The walkers will also join this line. When the line is ready, the teacher will take them to the chapel gate to be collected by their parents. The individuals in cars will also follow the one-way path and line up near the pitch gate. When the line is ready, the teacher will lead them up to the school pitch gate to meet their parents, and everyone will be safely home from school. It will take us a few days to learn how this system of getting in and out of school safely works, but we will learn it no problem. It might take a little longer at the start, but that's okay. It does mean that we might have to be waiting outside a little longer, so it's very important that everyone brings their coat and a hat, or a coat with a warm hood on it, because you never know what the weather in Ireland will do. The main thing the doctors are telling us is that we need to wash. We will be washing and sanitising our hands quite a lot. Cover our mouth when we cough or sneeze and use a tissue. Avoid touching our eyes, nose or mouth during the day. We will also avoid touching things like doors when we can. Clean. Keep our areas clean and disinfected. The cleaners in our school will clean some things at lunchtime and then clean every room and area really well in the evening so that it is safe for us to come back in the morning. We will do all these things really well and work together to keep ourselves safe at Scoil Naomh Bríd. The doctors are also telling us that it is so important to stay home if we are sick. This means children and staff. If you have a fever, cough or shortness of breath, you should stay home. We will send a reminder of these things to stick on your fridge so you can check each morning if you are well enough to come to school. If someone starts to feel any of these symptoms when they're at school, they should tell their teacher straight away. They might have to wait in a special room with a teacher. It could be the area outside Mrs. Gallagher's old room. Children can wait there and see their parents coming to pick them up. Sometimes your teacher might be sick and might have to go home or may not be able to come to school that day. You will not be able to go to another classroom now this year, so we will try our best to find a teacher for your class. But if nobody is free, another teacher in the school will have to stop their work and come into your class for the day. Visitors to the school are not allowed for a while, and parents will have to pick you up or drop you off at the gate if you have an appointment. So for now, practice washing your hands at home really well and practice coughing and sneezing into your tissue or elbow. Some things in this plan will change as we're going along, but that's okay. We will learn how to be safer together. We look forward to seeing you back at school this week for a very safe and happy year. See you soon, children. Slán live.